What it is, what's going on, y'all? Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, everybody out there. Peace and salam to everyone. You know what it is. It's your guy, Derek Minhaj Live in Hansford. That's right, the founder of Point of Impact Raw. We are here, Duffy's Lane. This is what we do, y'all. But hey, today we get ready to have a very, very, very dynamic and special show. Oh my gosh, I'm already feeling like I got butterflies on this one. Yo, we got our sisters here, and they here from, North Carolina, North Cackalack in the place, you know what I'm saying? And listen, you ladies and you guys out there, you're about to hear some really awesome, like just heart-moving, motivational talk here. And we're going to really talk about some really deep issues here. Right now, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. This is my sister, Tanisha. And Tanisha, you want to tell everybody who you are? She a little nervous, y'all.
I'm not nervous. No. Hey, everybody. This is Tanisha Michelle Bagley. I am the survivor, author, advocate, entrepreneur, TV show, talk show host.
Beautiful mother,
daughter, sister. Come on, everything, right? My girl Tamara here. We are getting ready to do our own podcast, so it's just a lot of things, a lot of moving pieces.
Yes.
But I am a survivor, author of domestic violence, rape, and sexual assault, and all things that's dealing with mental health, depression, rape, anything, child abuse. That's anything that I can do to bring advocacy, education, and awareness to those topics is what and who I am.
Yes.
That is my entire life, and that's what I've been doing for over 21 some years.
21 some years. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah. And this lovely partner of yours, this sister of yours, what's going on?
Hi, everybody. I'm Tamara Green, certified life coach, author of Purposefully Naked. I am a woman who is focused on mental health, the youth, and also self-awareness and full self-acceptance.
Wow.
That's my journey, that's my story, and that's what I want to push for others.
Yes. And so now, listen, let's get right to the meat of things. You both are authors. I want to know, what inspired you both as authors, most importantly, to tell your story?
So for me, it was all about me actually going through a journaling season for myself with self-reflecting.
Okay.
So with me doing that and actually journaling and realizing how well I felt after journaling, even with Tanisha, she would see me at work. Both of us were working in corporate America, and we would see each other. And one day she actually noticed. She said, "What's going on with you? You look so different. You have a glow. Is it a new guy? Is it, you dating? What you got going on?"
Right.
And I was just like, I really don't. I was like, I really don't know what she's referring to. But I recall one day I got back to my desk and I was just like, don't really know what she's talking about. Then she said it again. Another day, weeks later, and I was like, oh, she's realizing the inner glow that I have right now because I have been journaling and just self-reflecting in all areas of my life.
Okay.
And so with that being said, what I decided to do was write the book because I said that I want at least one other person. I said, God, if just one other person can receive the glory of actually self-reflecting and getting their inner glow and getting naked on purpose, I want to write a book. So I decided to write a guided journal, Purposely Naked.
Purposely Naked.
Yes, Purposely Naked is a guided journal to help you accept all of you, even the blemishes that you choose to cover.
Wow.
And this is my book here. So it's a guided journal. It's an amazing walk through starting off with who you are from your mother's womb. It goes through your childhood. It goes through who raised you, your environmental impact, but it just walks you through the stages and also allowing you free time to journal, free open space, but also guiding you along the way with dialogue, with questions, with exercises to help you to get naked.
Come on.
It's very intentional.
Y'all better get naked.
Yes, and anybody ages 12 years and up can go ahead and start this journey.
Wow.
It does not matter your story. All of us need to get naked because we exist and we all have have a beginning.
That's
and we
right.
can choose a different spot in how we want to end things. We can actually reflect and be intentional on this journey.
So that is very profound. Just to even speak in the terms of, because it's one of the things in counseling, I always talk to my people about getting to the primary causes. Like we always try to say our issues are things that we became attached to, but they aren't the real issue. You know what I'm saying? They're just the things that relieve us from the issues.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I love that. I love this.
Yes,
and I love the title.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And as a certified life coach, I also say, what is your why? What you just described.
Yes.
What is your why? Why did you do what you did? Why do you think the way that you think?
Yes.
And a lot of times you have to go back to the trauma or just who you were as
That's
a little
right.
kid and identify from earlier beginnings. Maybe why you store food the way you do.
Come on,
you know,
sis.
you don't want to have lack because you remember as a little girl, a little boy not having.
Yes.
So a lot of things we do as adults, we don't necessarily understand where they come from, but if you get naked, you will see a lot more about yourself.
Come on.
Excellent.
Okay. Now, I really want to hear from you, Sister Tanisha, because you are the catalyst here. You're the real, voice and leader, leading the leaders here. And that's one of the things I really became very drawn to you guys. I love your how you work together. You just seem to function like body parts. You know what I'm saying? And y'all all come together. With Jay just in the back there. She captain in the ship. You know what I'm saying? And I just love it. So tell me, really, what inspired you to begin your journey through writing a book?
So for me, if anybody would have ever told me that I'd be an author, I'd say you're lying. Although I love to read and I love everything about it. But the whole reason for me writing my book was because of my life experience, my true life experience. See, I experienced my domestic violence, rape, and sexual assault starting at the age of 14. Wow. So I was a high schooler, and it was my high school sweetheart. He was 15. So all through high school, through our marriage, and then after is when I experienced the physical, mental, emotional, financial, sexual, verbal abuse, every aspect of it.
I love that you went into everything, like financial,
yes,
social, and a lot of people, when they think of abuse, they don't think in the realm and the scope of someone abusing you financially or socially. You know what I'm saying? I love the Go ahead. Continue.
No, they always say that it's physical.
Right.
If someone's not physically hitting me, then I'm being abused.
Exactly.
But I'm here to tell you there are so many different aspects of domestic violence.
Word.
It could be verbal.
Exactly.
Someone can never put their hands on you, but they could be verbally abusing you, financially abusing you, mentally and emotionally abusing you, sexually abusing you.
Ooh,
and so that was the whole purpose of me writing this book. But I tell you, when I wrote it, I wanted everyone to get the raw, open, authentic, genuine, like I held nothing back. And as for me, because it started so early, I really wanted young people to read it. So all ages can read it, but I'm not going to say I dumbed it down, but I made it and I put it in layman's terms so everyone can understand exactly what I went through.
Wow.
And that was very important to me. And I'm a straight shooter, no chaser.
I already know that.
I do not play when it comes to domestic violence, rape, and sexual assault because it could have taken my life.
Come on.
And so when I experienced and I shared and put pen to paper, the whole purpose was when my ex went off to prison for what he ultimately did to me, he said he was going to come out and kill us all. And I felt like I was on borrowed time. At the time, I had a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 9-month-old. Wow. And so I knew I was on borrowed time and I needed to get my life going. Yes. But also, I look back when I was in that situation and I went to get help and there was no room for me. All the shelters were full. Wow. There was no place for a Tanisha Bagley to go to. And I opted to stay for an additional year, and that is what could have killed me.
Yes.
So when I got out and I survived it, I said, I'm writing this book so I can open my own facilities all over the country.
Wow.
I formed my own nonprofit, which is Enshrine, and it stands for
what is it?
everyone.
What is it again? Repeat
Enshrine.
It. Enshrine?
Enshrine with an E. And it stands for everyone needs support, help, respect, inspiration, nourishment, and empowerment.
Come on.
I wanted other Tanisha Bagleys to have a place to go.
So I'm
going to have them all over the country.
Yes,
it is coming.
yes.
We have more animal shelters. I can go on and on. We have more
Yeah.
animal shelters, more animal clinics on every corner, but we have nowhere for women, men, and children
That's
to
right.
go when they're trying to escape domestic violence, rape, and sexual assault. So that was the reason for me writing my book.
But you know, it's funny, like that you even announced that you're speaking on that, because not just even in the sense of domestic violence, like just homelessness,
Yes.
just the trivial social issues that our people are challenged with every day, drug addiction, you know what I'm saying? Just people everyday life struggles. They don't have many places for them to get the treatment, but then you're right, they got plenty of facilities for you to tend to your domestic dogs and
Right.
cats and things of that nature. Wow,
And
that's amazing.
I'm glad you mentioned homelessness, because that
Let me
is the
see
number
that,
one reason
book
as
there.
to domestic violence.
Thank you.
Is the leading cause of homelessness right now, especially for women. So it's something to truly think about.
So the name of your book is The Price of Love.
Yes.
Wow.
My
Tell me
personal
about that.
price.
Okay.
My personal price. Everybody pays a price. A personal price for loving somebody. So that's why I named it The Price of Love.
Ooh, that's deep, yo.
Yeah.
That's deep. And you know, I too am an author, but I chose to write a little more about my personal journey as far as my growth. Tell me a little more about, where do you see your growth at today from that time? Where do you see your growth today?
I always start out by saying I was a victim first, then I was a survivor, then a thriver, and now I'm this phenomenal woman.
Yes, you are.
So, although I have to speak about what I experienced in order to save another person, that's not who I am.
Yes.
And I thank God for allowing me to be able to, he takes me out of myself to be able to share this story sometimes. And I've shared it at most, 3 or 4 times in one day,
Yes, yes.
over several days.
Wow.
And I continue to share, and I train, and I do a numerous of things. But what I'm saying is the growth is just, I can't even begin to explain how I have taken something that was so negative and turned it in such a positive thing right now. I've turned that pain into purpose. I know who I am, and I know the results that I get when I do share my story with the world, because it is saving and changing people's lives.
So, do you see the growth that she's describing in herself, in yourself? How do you, because you both are very, very, I would say, inspirational people when you get around you. When someone comes in your space, your aura is very inspiring. Do you feed off of her growth, and do you see yourself elevating in growth since the era of your heartbreak of domestic violence?
So I would say definitely seeing Tanisha amazingly. Let me just say this. I call her graceful. I say that she's very humble. When I first met Tanisha, and I feel like no matter what phase of her life it is, whatever she's going through in life, she remains humble and she remains graceful. So to see elevation, I see the growth within a woman. To see herself, to love herself, to maybe have endured some things, but to be able to see her self-worth and see who she is and how she stands firm in her beliefs. I see God in her.
Powerful.
I've seen her evolve, right? And so that is always going to be a reflection of light, because I'm already light myself. So when I'm with her, we're just more magnetic because she's also light. So
what things do you see in yourself that you measure, and you see that light in yourself? What things do you see evolving from you?
from me,
Yeah.
I see how I can make a room feel. I see how people feel me when I walk in the room.
Come on.
I'm not a cocky person, but I do have an
that's right.
aura within myself.
That's right.
The confidence that I do exude, the authenticity that I do exude.
Love
people
it.
feed off of that. You know,
Yes.
it's reassuring to other people.
Yes.
I acknowledge everybody. So me just being present and also acknowledging other people because they are too present,
Yes.
that is why I know that I'm light.
Word, that's powerful, yo. They go to wisdom, y'all. They go to wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is so profound. And a lot of youth, young ladies today, here in the city of Norfolk, Virginia, the present height of issues that they have and struggles with crime today is not drugs, it's not shootings, it's actually domestic violence. What message, and we're going to bring this, we're going right in. What message would you want to deliver to these wonderful queens here in Norfolk, you know what I'm saying, who are young mothers, striving to deal with issues, striving to really recognize their emotional intelligence and understand their position towards dealing with issues that they're going through with these young men who are also challenged with understanding their emotional intelligence. What advice would you give these sisters who are struggling right now, if they're sitting there right now? See, we ain't waiting to the end of the show.
Right.
We talking about it right here, right now, at the beginning of the show. What can you tell them right now? What would you say to that sister that's saying, I don't know if I should leave. Oh, I want to give him another try. You know, I think we can make it work. You know, he just hit me that one time. He'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get over it. I'll heal.
Right.
What are you saying to that young lady?
Listen, because you said women, our women, I'm going to speak to our women, but I'm going to take it a step further and say I'm going to speak to people.
Come on.
Because men get abused also.
Let's go.
So let's change the narrative.
Okay.
If we want to see different results, we have to speak differently. We have to move differently. We have to do different things.
Come on.
So it's not just about the women because they are men. And I'm here to tell you, I'm getting more calls from men now than ever.
Come on.
That are saying, I'm the one with the black eye. She only hit me one time. She only abused me one time. What should I do?
Yes.
So let's speak to people.
Okay.
And what I say to people, anyone that's dealing with, because, and it's not a correction, it's just a stigma that we have to get past in order for us to see change.
Exactly.
This is not a woman's issue. Domestic violence does not discriminate. Domestic violence doesn't care if you're a male or female. It doesn't care if you're rich or poor. It doesn't matter your religion, your creed, your financial status.
Let's go.
Because all it takes is one time or one thing and you're gone.
Yes.
So all of it is wrong.
Yes.
So I say, and I got to say this also, I'm not here to break up people's relationships. I'm not to say, listen, even if it's a one-off, because there are some things called one-offs where a person may do something and never do it again.
Yes.
Then I've heard stories where someone, the very first time that they abused someone, they cut their arm off.
Wow.
Or the first time they ever put their hands on a person is when they killed them. So let's really talk about what we're doing here.
Come on.
It's all wrong. It all needs to stop. And what we're doing, that's why I call this a dynamic duo, because I'm the one that brings it out of you. Yes, I have a problem. Yes, I need help. Yes, I'm going through XYZ. And now she's the one that says, now let me help you get better.
Come on.
Right? So we're helping and healing.
Okay.
That's what we do together. So what I say is, stop it. We have all got to get healthy. We have get to the root of what is going on in our lives. Why are we abusing? Why are we doing all of these things? What are we doing to start having healthy relationships? And that's with anyone. It doesn't matter if it's interpersonal relationship, intimate, personal relationship. It doesn't matter. It can be, with a parent. It can be with a sibling. It can be with a coworker.
Come on.
Look at how evil we are talking to each other nowadays and how we treat each other. It all goes back to the basics of respecting and loving and saying that it's all wrong and it's not acceptable and it has to stop.
Come on.
So what I say to anyone that is going through any type of domestic violence situation, your life is at stake.
Let's go.
Because all it takes is one time. Even if it's not physical, verbally, we heard as children, sticks and stone may break our bones, but words will never hurt us. That is a lie, because it sticks with you. The things that you have heard as a child, it sticks with you. And if you don't get to the root of a lot of things, that is why we have so many unhealthy adults running around right now, because they haven't dealt with their childhood issues. So what I say is get the help that you need. And if you choose to stay together, get the help that you can maintain and be in a relationship together in a healthy way. There's nothing wrong with getting help. So that's what I say to people.
Wow. That was really deep. You hit me right now.
No, we all have to get help.
Yeah. And, a lot of people don't really realize that men are really the leading fraction of our community that suffer through abuse without any reporting. Yeah. You don't get the numbers of men being abused because most men are stuck into the dogma of machoism, macho bravado of, I can't speak about it. I can't talk about it. Nah, she punched me. So what? I can't tell my guys, go ahead.
I just wanted
add
to
on
say
to
something
that.
because that's the issue too.
Yes.
Although men may choose not to open up, but think about how when boys are young and they begin to cry.
Yes.
Or they seem to be a little sad in front of their dad or either a male figure.
Yes.
And they're like, boy, tighten up. You know,
right.
Why are you crying? You don't cry. Mm-hmm. So a lot of things are taught yet again at childhood. Mm-hmm. So a lot of boys who become men, as Tanisha said, who still have these issues now as men run around the world, just as we as adult women run around the world. That's if you have not gotten through your trauma and have not identified your why, you are who you are. A lot of men, they carry things within them, and that's some of the, the reason why maybe the mental, anguish that they go through, or maybe having like mental abuse rather than physical abuse, but it's still abuse, right? But the thing is that the idea of I can't share this with my brother and tell him that my woman just punched me in my face.
Exactly.
So it's also too how people are condemned and what they're taught. Mm-hmm. In the culture sometimes, but just even gender, a lot of boys have been told you can't do certain things or you're not supposed to speak up about certain things or toughen up or what do you mean this girl hit you on the playground? Right. You're all right. You're okay. Right. Yeah. But it's like, no, he's not okay because what he received when he was younger, that still sticks with him. And so
it's that thing where, it's like you're challenged. Mm-hmm. Just to be human.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't be human. Mm-hmm. And for African American men, it's really a grave challenge because we've been groomed through the ages of slavery to be aggressors. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And psychologically we're tainted in that aspect of how to nurture as men to nurture one another. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because as men we can also nurture. Mm-hmm. But a lot of us fear that. Because of this stigma of macho bravado, like the man always has to stick his chest out. He always, it's funny because I just recently was expressing to some of the youngins that we mentor. One of the young men was talking about, man, I'm thinking about going on this date with this girl and smash her. And I was like, what do you mean you smash her? What are you going to smash her for? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, but just think about it. Mm-hmm. I was like, you're already talking about bringing harm to the woman. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you don't mean it in the sense of harm, but subliminally, you're speaking towards physical harm. You understand? And these are the things that we as men struggle with in our community. And a lot of the sisters, I find, are struggling with how to contend with educating or communicating to their spouses, their boyfriends or whatever. Hey, you're a little too aggressive. You know what I'm saying? How do you get the community to start addressing these issues? How do we get the community to buy in, to say, hey, together we have to address it? Where do we start with the community buying?
I say the community, first of all, they have to acknowledge the problems that they have within their community. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of communities are not honest. They know a situation exists, but they don't want to say that it exists. Statistics shows that it's happening. Things are happening. You can see it, visibly, that things are happening, but communities do not want to necessarily say that there's a problem. But then I also feel as though for the people who do raise their hand and recognize the problem, some of them have issues within themselves. Yes. So it's like, I know that there's a problem, but I don't know how to help you.
Exactly.
Right? So then it's how do we advocate? Where are the resources? A lot of the communities, there's no funding. Real talk, you have people who take some of the money that is awarded for certain things within the community is misused, right? So we have so many different things that happen within communities, no matter the culture of the community. communities have issues. I just think first and foremost, they have to admit to it. And then we need to figure out how do we advocate. And I say that I remember the village. Okay. I grew up in a neighborhood where we had grannies.
That's right.
Grandmas ran the neighborhood.
That's right.
But I couldn't do something on my block. I'm sorry, around the block in front of another granny's house because my granny's going to get a call that tomorrow was around the block and I had to chastise her.
That's right.
So if she come in the house and tell you I said this to her, I did say it to her.
Yes,
and my granny's going to check me when I come in the house as well. Right. But that was community. No one was hurting me. They were correcting me and guiding me and reassuring me and loving me. Yes. That's community. So many times now, even in schools, you'll have a teacher who's correcting a child and a child will go home and tell their parent.
Right.
And now the parent is acting outlandish. And I even had a situation that happened last year to me where a little girl was in the yard and like between my house and her mom's house, like her house. And I had told her, hey, be careful so you don't hurt yourself. She went in the house and told her mom I yelled at her. I never raised my voice at the little girl. Mm-hmm. Her mom comes to my house, knocks on the door and says, hey, the little girl next door, yeah, that's my daughter. Mm-hmm. I said, okay. But even that approach, because I was thinking, oh, okay. So I said, oh, by the way, I'm happy you came by because let me show you the scratch that's on my car from your son. And immediately the mom was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't have the money. And then her whole tone changed. Right. But why are you coming to my door? Hey, that little girl next door. Yeah, that's my daughter. So what? Mm-hmm. She is your daughter. But see, where is the community? Where is me telling her, be careful so you don't hurt yourself? Mm-hmm. But instead, the daughter goes home and tells her mom something that's not true. Mm-hmm. But then her mom comes over to try to correct me. Mm-hmm. That's what's missing. Mm-hmm. And that happens in schools. It happens in neighborhoods. That's the lack of the community. So it starts within us. Yes. We have to do better, and we have to identify the challenges that we have in our personal.
I love that you say that. We.
Including me, all of us. Because the world continues to change, and so do we. We should continue to be evolving, but you shouldn't be hurt or offended that I told your daughter or your son, hey, be careful. Mm-hmm. You should say, hey, thank you. I appreciate you telling my daughter to be careful. She told me about that. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So to me, we're missing a lot of things. And going back to, I think that we first need to identify, but we also need to advocate. We need resources to do this as well. Come on. And we lack those resources. As I said, misfunding. Funding may be provided, but it's misguided, misuse.
Okay.
I'll let Tanisha go because this is like something community and village. Miss the village.
So when I'm always like, hey, why do we need to wait on the government, the state, we know what we need to do for our community. We know what we need to pour into our community. So why are we waiting? People turn around every day and we have cookouts and we don't got money, right?
Correct.
But we go find a way to get them cookouts. We find a way every Christmas. People find every way in the world every Christmas with the bills not being paid to make sure that all the kids and everybody's getting the proper gifts and we shining on the day. But when it comes to taking care of our community or taking care of our family, it's always the thing where I need help. I need help from the government. Well, you have the community who should be backing you. And that's, I think, something that we're really missing.
It's our problem.
Yeah, it
because
is.
I just say it's our problem because I'm just speaking for me and my generation. I'm 43 years old.
What?
And, hey.
What?
I'm 43 years old.
What?
Yes. And just to see where a lot of the kids and problems and people are choosing to be, how they're choosing to show up. Teenagers, guys or girls that are in early adulthood. And then even as us being in their 40s, raising these kids, I feel that we failed them in a lot of ways.
Of course.
Because I feel like we are still lacking so much and we're not choosing to evolve. We're not wanting to continue to evolve within ourselves and try to say, hey, maybe I lived on subsidized housing. Maybe I'm getting government assistance. But you know what? This was my stepping stone. But let me go ahead now and step over the stone and let me continue to build and go forward rather than me being here on this stone and I'm just staying here stagnant. And now I'm bringing my kids along with me and we're all waiting on all of this assistance because we're just okay with this living. Right. And so I think that within the community, we just have to do better within ourselves. We have to change our mindset.
Come on. No, I agree with you on the mindset, but I believe in the psyche over the heart over the mind. I believe in the psyche of the heart over the mind because my mind is not going to change as long as my desire in my heart is for that specific thing. It has to change here. And when we change here and condition the heart, In the Quran, Allah says He does not change the condition of a people till they first change the condition within themselves. And when He's referring to that, He's referring to the qalb, the heart, that morsel of flesh, that if it becomes tainted, the whole body becomes tainted. You see? And that, I love that you said that, though, because it's something I try, when people fail to realize that the desensitized community that we live and thrive in today is because our hearts have become cold. You see, we will stand there today and watch someone literally get abused, beat up, pull out our cameras to camera and picture the event instead of saying, hey, what the heck? No, you shouldn't be doing that. You see what I'm saying? That's because the hearts are cold. You see? So we have to start warming back the heart. We have to start nurturing back that love, that affection, that compassion for one another, because we're suffering. And until we start having that compassion and love for one another, it's just we're gonna drown. No, you can go in again.
No, I want to just say something. I understand
She
the
done
heart,
passed
but
you the mic twice and said, "Give me that mic back."
No, because
I love it.
No, because
I
the
love
heart.
it.
I understand the heart, but I still go back to the mental.
Yeah.
Because my heart may need something, but if my mental has already understood, or because of repetition of me not being able to be fulfilled within myself, maybe not having, food, or not having a job, car, just not even being supported.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about kids. I'm not even just thinking about adults.
Okay.
I'm thinking about sometimes our hearts are broken at a young age because we go to school. We don't have certain things. We go to school. I remember a little, like a guy who always was like upset on the bus. Like when we were like, as a little girl, always upset, but not understanding his why.
Okay.
He was upset because guess what? He was already dealing with issues before we got on the bus at like 6:30, 6:56 a.m. in the morning. But the things that he was challenged with prior to getting on the bus. So now he's already disgruntled. He doesn't have breakfast. So when we get off the bus, he's darting into the school off the bus. The principal and teachers are saying, slow down. But they don't understand that boy is hungry. So how can my heart be okay and receive the love that maybe you're trying to give me in discipline and trying to show me structure when I'm just hungry and my mental can't go well and I can't even sit still in the class because I don't know where my next meal is going to come from.
Blood,
everything is going
because
on.
the flow of your heart is not pumping the fuel of blood to fuel your mental. This is why the vice of all that we move through in our lives, in our physical, starts here. This is the space that allows us to train what's coming from here to move us. So now when my heart starts beating, and I'm getting that fresh blood and I'm getting that flow to my brain. Nothing's blocking that process. Guess what? I'm open to think clearly on what I need to be doing. And you're right. It is about, that child being hungry.
Yeah.
So the desire for that child at that moment is what? To feed himself, right? That's what the heart is telling him. You see what I'm saying? And the heart motivates that thinking. Well, how now do I get that meal? You see what I'm saying? Because I'm starving. And this is the thing that I'm so grateful for you guys to come aboard, because we need to have these broad, serious conversations and stop always wanting to party hardy all the time.
Man.
You feel me? I think the party is right here right now.
Yes, it is.
You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
it is.
And I try to convey that to so many of our people, like all the time when I'm talking to brothers and sisters out there. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no one-way street. Them sisters ain't the only ones hurting, bro.
No.
Them brothers, sisters ain't the only ones hurting. You understand what I'm saying? We hurting together.
Yes.
And the only way we're going to solve it is if we communicate together. I'm sick of the sisters groups and, we got to empower the sisters. The men groups, we got to empower our brothers. The whole time, we ain't talking to each other.
Come on.
That's right.
We ain't listening to each other. I'm sitting in there talking to Levi, who looks like me, and guess what? Me and Levi pumping each other up, but we ain't talking to the people we need to be talking to about the issues we have. That's why that love of, what is it, Levi? What is that, John? The price of love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And this is so amazing. Oh, I thank you for just giving that content. When you see the challenges, right? when you go into the prisons, right, and you're talking to the men, because these are men that most people will write off. Now we talking about the so-called vicious predators of our community.
Yes.
What is it that motivates you to be so compassionate to these men?
For me, it's personal because, one, I've been going into the prisons for over 21 years. Okay? That's state and now federal. So I am in there with some men, and I've only done the men thus far. Yeah. We do women tomorrow. Thank you, Jesus. But I've been speaking to no one but men for the last 21 years. Yes. And what I say to them when I go in, the first thing I say is, I don't know what you've done. I don't care what you've done. That is none of my business. Someone has already judged, juried, sent you off, and this is your punishment, right?
Right.
I also share with them that the difference between them and I is this. I know as a woman, I can sit on this podcast, and I've shared this story many a time. Yeah. I have signed my name to abortions.
Wow.
Either you're pregnant or you're not. I'm a murderer. The difference between them and I is I'm not serving time in prison for it. So who am I to judge anybody for whatever they have done? Wow. That's not my place.
Yes.
What inspires me and what continues to lead me into these prisons to speak to our brothers, yes, because I don't call them inmates, they're our brothers, is this. The programs are voluntary.
Okay.
Now, whether they're lying or whether they're in there trying to shave some time off or whatever they're doing, that's their
Faking
business.
Faking it till they make it.
Right. Yeah. But what I do know is when I leave them, they have heard me. They are impacted positively. They have taken what I have shared and what we have learned and what we have discussed, and they've taken it back to the yard, to others. Yeah. Because my thing is, and in the state that I come from, North Carolina, you know, our recidivism rate is less than 2%.
Yes.
So that says something's working, right?
Yeah.
I know that they're getting this. They're hearing me. And it's so important because for those that are getting out, our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, my granddaughters, my grandson, our boys, we need them to be well. The first thing I say to them is that you all matter. You all are loved. You all are needed. More so now more than ever.
Let's go.
And even though you're still behind these bars, still call your kids, still work with their mothers. We don't use BM. You know what BM is? You can say it. I don't care to say it. You don't say it either because we don't, you know, I'm just saying what most call their children's mother. Let's change the language. That's your children's mother.
Right, that's
you
not
are
BM,
a mother. You are a father. We are parents. We are parents.
Yeah.
And even when they slip up, I correct them and they correct themselves before I even look at them to say, no, we're going to change the language. And I'm so glad you asked this question because it all goes back to the basics, going back to what she's saying, what she said earlier with the question, right? We're teaching our children everything else other than how to have healthy relationships with each other.
Yes, right.
Even us as adults, we don't know how to communicate. Right. We don't know how to solve problems or issues without rah-rah or going from 0 to 100 in less than 10 seconds. I mean, it's sad. We don't know how to solve issues and discuss things as adults.
Yes.
So if we can't do it as adults and our children are watching us, what do you expect our children? Why do you think they act the way that they do? Yeah. Because we don't have the villages anymore. We don't have grandmas anymore. Our grandmas and you know our daughters and they doing things together. But and I'm not taking away from any of that. What I'm saying is we do what we want to do. We're good when we want to be good. We band together when we want to band together. There are resources that we need. We do know this. We know there's an issue because when you turn the TV on, we see all the murders. We see us killing each other. We see all the violence. We see all that. So for us to say that there's no issue, come on, turn the TV on. Because they're going to show that. But they're not going to show us
they're not going to show the progress.
Right.
They're not going to show,
or the resources and things.
And speaking of the progress, can you tell us, do you have the data, like in the 21 years, do you mean you have maybe impacted?
Well, you do the math, because I'm good at math when it comes to those dollars. But let me
Okay.
see if I carry the 1 and the 2.
Yeah.
And so we see what? It was like 28 to 32 times a year, so 60, and then 21 times that. And then, yeah, so that's a
Wow.
lot. Plus the feds, a lot.
Wow.
And I tell you, I have gotten letters from them. They would all have to share in one way, form, or another on how I've impacted them.
Mm-hmm.
And by me coming into their space and sharing from a victim standpoint, because, you know, you would think that I'm afraid of them, but they're more so afraid of me. And then before it's all over, we're in there kumbayaing.
Mm-hmm.
No, because we've come to an understanding that I'm here because I don't want this to happen to anybody else.
Yes.
And when they're listening to me, it gives them a different way of looking at what they did to their victim.
Yes.
And the sympathy and empathy and the compassion that comes from it on both sides is amazing.
Yes. Yes.
And so when people say, well, how can you go in there and do this with them and help them and do that? I'm like, whoa. But how can you point finger at someone that's actually trying?
Wow.
You don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And you're not, it's not for you to judge.
Yeah.
And let's hope and pray that they are getting this information and they're going to help other people. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
And I believe that that hope is what really is needed. I believe in hope. A lot of people, hope is what got me home. You know what I'm saying? Hope was what helped me get through many, many days that I thought I wasn't going to make it. You know what I mean? So I believe in that hope. Before
I say this really quick going back to the prison, I got to say this also, which is very important and why I do it, because they're taking accountability.
Okay.
That's the main thing.
That's key.
I am not making excuses. Please trust and believe as I look into this camera. Mm-hmm. I'm not making excuses for anybody and the things that they've done, because we've all done things.
Yes.
We're all going to continue to do things.
Yes.
We are not perfect. I am imperfectly perfect.
Yes.
So what I'm saying when I say that is, I just want people to understand that there are people that are taking accountability for their actions.
Yes.
And they're trying to get better, and they want to get the help that they need to be better. And it's actually working.
Yes.
So it's not just in the prison system, but we want this to happen outside of the prison also.
We want prevention to take place. Yes.
That's right.
And that's key. And I'm so grateful that we've been able to really, I feel like we expounded on some very, very strong content here to help other people navigate maybe these issues if they're coming into it or they're dealing with it. Tomorrow, you're about to venture into the Norfolk City Jail. Yes. And I like to just give a big spoke of love to the sheriff, Joseph Barron, and the program department, led by the supervisor, Dr. Kirk Houston, and the women's program director, Miss Perry, and along with the other program directors, Miss Betty Potts, as well as Miss Radford, which you guys will meet. You're about to venture into this jail. What do you believe is the ultimate message that you want to, provide with these sisters who are, jails are places where people, they don't necessarily have been there for a long time. Most of them come in for a temporary period, and then they're back out in society. And they come in fresh with these wounds. And like, what is it that you are hoping to impactfully leave them with when you get there, and when you're about, when you're packing up and you're rolling out? What is it that you really want to impact them mostly with?
For me, is letting them know that it's okay. Like, I'm just putting them at ease. Mm-hmm. This may be your circumstance right now, but this is not your forever.
Come on, it's just that. Okay.
It's just for a moment.
That moment, okay.
And just give them, like you said, the hope and the inspiration to get through that time.
Yes.
And for them, it may be the most difficult time in their life.
Wow.
For some, it may or may not be.
Yes.
No matter what the circumstance is, just know that it will get better.
Yes.
And there's resources out here to help you get better. And by us sharing our personal stories with them, I know it's going to be so impactful, because even though I know personally I've been arrested, I can say that. I didn't
What?
spend a lot
Who
of
put handcuffs on you, bro?
man. I have.
Who put
I
handcuffs?
have.
Yeah,
I
we gonna
have.
handle that.
I didn't stay in there long, but it was good for me. It was good for me, right?
Word,
Because
word.
I did the crime. I had to do the time.
Yes, yes.
And that is to be able to tell somebody that I've truly understand what you're going through is because I walk the walk.
Yes.
It's one thing to say that, I understand and I haven't experienced what a person has.
Yes.
There's no credibility there.
Yes.
So when I say to them, I understand, I truly do. Now, let's look forward to what is going to happen after this.
That's right. What's the
And just
aftermath?
know that, hey, we love you and we are supporting you, and there are resources out there for you. So get as much as you can so your life will be better. That's what I want them to take away from me tomorrow, that you can overcome this.
That's
that
right.
This is temporary, but you do control what happens in the future.
That's right.
That's personal for me.
Let me get them books again.
My approach, I should say, I know that my approach is more about being hopeful, but also being self-aware in the moment as to the reason why they're in there, but also understanding what is their next. Like, once you leave from here, what is your plan? So being self-aware as to why you're in here, being accepting of your truth, and what are you doing when you leave out of here, but also blessing them with hope that they will be able to make it once they leave out of here. But I just need people to understand their why. Be aware as to why you're in this situation, because self-awareness is key. Too many people, we fake it. Too many people are in such a denial within themselves, but that's for you. I mean, and it hinders you more than helps you.
Yes.
So I want to lead with grace, and I want to leave them with hope. But in the middle, I want them to become self-aware if they're not already. And I want them to also think about their why and then what's their next.
Wow.
Because in that moment, I've always, and I say this, in my book here, I'm like, I saw you with the book. In my book, I actually say it's best to sit down and self-reflect rather than you being forced to sit down and self-reflect.
Come on, like I had to be.
So they're now in this situation of force. So while you're forced to sit down, what are you going to do while you're sitting here?
Let's go. What are you going to do while you're sitting there now? That's my question to anyone watching this that may be going through any type of, what are you going to do while you're sitting there right now, taking in all of this powerful message here? I want you to hold that for me. Well, we gotta shut it down. And I'm like disappointed. Like,
This has been really good.
man,
We appreciate it.
Nah, man.
appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it. You guys are inspirational people.
Thank you. There you go.
You said you didn't want to teach.
Yeah, I know.
You said you were going to need
And just know that,
You said you didn't need one. Yes.
Get it out.
and just know that
Express yourself.
the struggles that you've had to go through.
This would actually be for Ms. Bagley. You made a claim earlier that domestic violence is directly related to homelessness in our communities. Could you expand on how you came across that knowledge, and have you seen it to be true?
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah. If you look at the stats out there, a lot of people that are fleeing domestic violence end up homeless. They're living in their cars. The shelters are full. There's no place for them to go. We talked with a client today. That thing just happened.
Yes.
Before we came
Yes,
here, we're
actually,
constantly working.
yes.
And we had a client today that she was fleeing and there was nowhere for her to go. And you call all of these different areas. And as a matter of fact, prior to her going to leaving, she was living in her car. And so we're trying to find immediate shelter or a place for her and her child to go to. Yeah. So this is a thing.
That's a shocking statistic. I'm glad you shared that for sure.
No, I did. That is very true. And I want to also state too, while I have this, about the book, I translated it into Spanish during COVID.
Wow.
Because that was my way of giving back to our Latina sisters and brothers and the hurt that I saw with our babies being in cages.
Wow.
There are babies in cages. There are.
So you're
people in
speaking of
cages.
like immigration and stuff
Yes,
like that as well.
yes.
That's a horrific thing that's going on right now.
Yes. And can you imagine? I
Right.
mean, they are not getting the help that they need.
Right. And everybody deserves it. Everybody.
Everyone deserves it.
Everybody.
Everyone deserves it.
No matter this.
Go ahead.
No matter the situation, everybody deserves support and some help. Everybody.
Well, thank you for that moment. But let me just say, like, you truly have. We've been together now for 2 days, and I've been so honored to host you coming into my city. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Norfolk is my city, and I ain't born in Norfolk, but Norfolk is my city. I love Norfolk. I love Virginia Beach. I love the 757. I love the communities here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I fight for the communities here. Mm-hmm. You know, I go hard for these people here. You know, I'm from Paterson, New Jersey, but it ain't where you from, it's where you at.
Come on.
You know, we hurting all over. And you ladies have just enriched me and my organization and the 2 days that you've spent with us. Just this little time that we've had together. And I'm just so proud of you. I'm so proud of you because you've been courageous in taking leaps that others are, you know, cautioned to take. You know, there are not many programs talking to the offenders of these type of atrocities, striving to give them hope. You know, people don't understand, you know, most people who commit crimes were people who were victims of crime. Abusers are most people who were abused themselves. You see, and that is something key. And you drew us all back to realizing that we have to have compassion and forgiveness for even the one who has been, you know, the predator or the cause of the pain, because he's only hurting someone because he's hurt people. Yes. All right. So before we go, if you could tell people, Miss Tanisha Bagley,
Yes.
Can you tell them where they can find your book and where they can find you and contact you if they need be, or
Thank you.
and tell them about your television show?
Yeah, I was going to ask, can I give my shameless plug?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so you can get my book, all information about me at TanishaMichelle.com, and that is Tanisha Michelle, and that's Michelle with one L, not two L's, one L, TanishaMichelle.com. The show is the Tanisha Michelle Show on the HHN TV network. Just go to my website, click on the flyer. You can get to my bio information. My manager, Jay, she's out there. She can contact her, contact me, send me an email, all social media platforms. I'm out there. You'll see every picture has my cheesy smile, cheese, so you'll know it's me. You will find me.
Ain't nothing
Listen,
cheesy
I got
about
the
that
hat
smile.
on.
Ain't that,
Look,
and you know what I mean? Ain't nothing
thank
cheesy
you.
about it. All the
Yeah,
whites.
look.
I don't know where she done went and got them pearls from,
See,
but I'm
and
gonna find
they're
out
mine.
in a minute.
They're mine. Everybody asks me about my teeth, but you know what? I got to give another shameless plug. God is so good. It's so
Yes.
funny because everybody knows me by this smile, and thank you guys for giving me my little props about my teeth. But you know, I've been through a lot in my life.
Yes, you have.
And I just want people to know that He never took my smile.
No.
And that's a true testament that God is
Yeah.
real.
Well, come on.
God is everything to me.
Alhamdulillah.
Because no matter what I've gone through, I still smile.
Yes, you do.
And I'm not going to cry like you. I'm
Nah.
not going to give you that. I'm not going to do it. I'm
That's
not
all
going to do
right.
it.
That's all right. I'll be the one.
Yeah, I'll let you cry tonight.
That's
Yeah.
right. I'm wearing the badge.
I'll let you cry. But no, he never took my smile. And that's what everybody knows me by. So I'll continue to smile and let people know I'm here for you. We love you. We want the best for you. And we just want everybody to be happy and healthy and just love. That's what this
Okay.
thing is about.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
And you can find my information at www.
Want to tell them who you are again?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm Tamara Green, author of Purposely Naked. Come get naked. You know, choose to get naked for yourself in an intentional manner where you're guided through self-reflection. Join this movement of nakedness and this movement of feeling your best and showing up as your best. And so you can find your copy of your signed book at www.foryourbetterment.org, because you need to be better for yourself. I'll meet you there with this book, and I'll also meet you there as a certified life coach. If you want to meet up for any services, reach out, and also on social media at Purposely Naked, as well as Tamara Green on Facebook. So yeah, let's connect.
And if you would like to connect with them, possibly while they're still here, tomorrow they will be at Poolside Cooking. That's right. They will be at Poolside Cooking at Holland Road, and you can meet them personally. They will be there at Poolside Cooking at Holland Road in Virginia Beach between 5 and 6:30. If you come late, we gone. I'm telling you.
And I want to
Go ahead.
I want to say something too. I just want to take a moment to show our shirts, and actually our podcast is coming. TNT. Love Purposely. Yeah. It is Tamara and Tanisha, or either Tanisha and Tamara. TNT. Yeah. Love Purposely. Love Purposely. So we are connecting on this movement, and we just thank God for his mercy and for his grace and for the walk in life that we've taken, but also for the moments in which we've chosen to evolve.
And which I pray they will allow us, Duffy's Lane, to produce it and bring it right here to the Norfolk area.
Oh, okay. No pressure. No pressure.
You know,
it's only offered tonight, but no pressure.
You know what I'm saying? But we definitely looking forward to it. Before we go, there's somebody behind the scenes I really want to thank. And if she can just bring her lovely self over here real quick. Come on over here, Jay. Come on.
Jay is so awesome. Yes.
And this young lady right here is truly the muscle, the brain, and the heartbeat behind what you see.
Here,
yeah, she can see. Yeah.
Hi, Jay.
Thank you, sis. These lovely ladies have been really, really wonderful, and I'm so honored to brother them and care for them and love them and protect them. And they're family. We're family. And it's just amazing. And I'm so thankful for this opportunity. And so, ladies, please know that you're welcome here. We're your family. We have your back. And anything that you would like to do, Point of Impact Raw and Duffy's Lane, we got your back. Okay?
Yes, we appreciate you. We
all
do.
right.
Thank you. Thank you
You're welcome.
so much.
And so right now, everybody, we're going to say goodbye. We love you. And on 3, everybody, let's say, see you later, alligator.
Okay, I'm down.
1, 2, 3, see you later, alligator. So take this time, man, to stop what you're doing, man, and do something benefit yourself, your family, and your community, man. Y'all take care of each other. Love y'all, man. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. That was nice.
Nice to meet you all. God is so great.